All right, Rock Addicts, I have Todd Evans from Mobile Death Camp on the line. What's up, brother? Are you there?
I'm here. How are you, man?
I am doing great. So
why are all the members in? Where are you?
I am in Michigan.
What?
Michigan. We got about a foot of snow in the last 2 days.
Where are you at? That's my state.
It's your state. I am close to Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo. You know, Kalamazoo was leading the state in AIDS for the longest time.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
That's great info.
That's true. That's just because of all the promiscuous Western Michigan Bronco and Broncettes out that way.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, but you would think like Grand Haven or, you know what though? The gay community is more like responsible for their shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they take care of themselves. So
it does make sense that the college kids come in. Woo! I'll just fuck everybody. Fuck your hand. Fuck a couple piss. Fuck anything. I've seen somebody fuck a couple piss. Am I allowed to say fuck a couple piss on the interview?
You can say anything you want, dude.
Okay. Anyway, I'm from the other end of the state, or the other side. I'm from the Sunrise side, the extreme southeast corner, Temperance. You ever heard of it?
Yeah, I know that area.
Yeah, yep. We're like our band is based in Toledo, based out of Toledo, Ohio. But where I grew up and where I reside currently is just like it's on the border of Ohio, so it's like actually like a Michigan suburb of Toledo.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they said it was. I talked to my brother. He said it was like going down to 0 tonight, like -9 wind chills and so forth.
Yeah, it was
I
like.
said, wow, okay, cool. He goes, where are you at? I said, Vegas. he says, Vegas. I said, yeah. He goes, wow, what's the temperature there? I talked to him earlier when the sun was up. I said, 70. He goes 70. Damn, man. I said, yeah. He goes. I said, well. You know, and then he goes, well, I'm a Michigan man. I can take the cold weather. You know, I'll take 70 when it comes, but it's, you know, da-da-da. I said, you're going to buck up to me, man. I didn't, you know, I've never been that guy that puts it in somebody's face, like, where are you today, you know, because we tour a ton.
Right, exactly.
You know, so I'm always somewhere, and it always ends up like I'm either somewhere, you know, warm when it's cold at home or warm when it's cold at home. And so, you know, I never go, hey, blow me, I'm in L.A., it's 75 degrees, woo-hoo-hoo. You know, because I don't care, because in 3 days I'll be in Denver, and it'll be fucking 6 below zero with 7 feet of snow. You know?
Right, exactly.
Whatever. Anyhow.
Cool, man. So why don't you introduce yourself to the listeners and kind of give a little background on yourself, and then we'll talk about Mobile Death Camp and what's going on with that.
Okay. My name is Todd Evans. I was born a poor black child. I'm a Libra. I enjoy jacks, long walks in the park, and Rocky Road ice cream. My immediate goals are to melt all the faces in the Cheyenne Saloon in Las Vegas tonight. And my short-term goals are to go to NAMM this weekend and hang out with Exodus. And then my long-term goals are to live long enough that somebody has to change my diaper as I shit myself all night long.
I hope it's Ashley that has to do that.
Yeah, me too.
You can hire him to be your nurse.
Yeah, the pay sucks, but you know the hours are pretty, so.
Exactly. Okay, so you guys are on tour right now. So you guys, obviously, you mentioned you're in Vegas. So what's you have a show tonight?
Tonight what?
When's your next show?
Tonight. You didn't listen to my short-term goals, did you? My immediate goals. My immediate goal, I said I'm going to melt the faces of the Cheyenne Saloon in Vegas tonight.
So what time's the show start?
You don't pay attention to me anymore. Oh, I'm going to have to rethink this whole thing. Yeah, we're in Vegas tonight, and then tomorrow go to Anaheim, and there's a big thing. It's called NAMM. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's basically, I don't really know what it stands for. North American Music Manufacturers, or North American Music something or other. Do you know about it? Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I have. I actually wish I could. I wish I could get out that way and go. I think it would be killer.
Yeah, it's pretty slick, and I mean, I wouldn't have the money to get out here to see it and to do it, you know. So what happens is every January we just book the New Year tour, and we take off straight west, and we go right to NAMM, you know.
Yep.
You know, I'm smarter than I look, and that's a good thing because have you seen Deliverance? But after that, we got a couple of shows in Orange County, California. Fullerton is one of those shows in Orange County, and Santa Ana, and then we're playing downtown LA, and we're also playing out in San Diego County, and then we start to head back east. But what we do is we stay south across Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Florida, Louisiana, and so forth, and we try to stay south as through all of the rest of January and all of February, so it starts to pop back up into the 30s or so at home.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Go where it's warm. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, it's like we used to tour like, a big for instance is, so we'd get the itinerary for the Guar tours, and inevitably all the Guar tours, the fall tours, would pop right into Canada. Like they'd start out early October, late September, early October, and go south. And then by the time you get to late November or late October, early mid-November, that's when they try to take you across the Canadian Rockies. Well, awesome. Anybody that knows anyone or has done it themselves knows that October 1st starts the real snow season in Canada, you know.
Right. Yep.
October 1st is when they all put on they still use snow tires and shit up there. Like it's real.
Put on their parkas.
And yeah, so
you kind of sound like you're from Canada.
I'm from Michigan.
I know, but you have that little accent going.
I'm an upper Midwesterner. I don't know. Should I be mad or should I be happy? They say Canadians are happy people, but
that's what they say.
I don't know. Canada is like America's hat.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I used to live up in Sault Ste. Marie, so
cool.
It was very cool.
Yeah, I love the UP, man. We spent a lot of time up in one of my pals works for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Department in Marquette.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so not only does he live in this badass house out in the woods, but it's his job to go even further back into the interior, and he knows, he knows everywhere up there. It's insane. You can roll around with him. And I'm like, so, have you seen him? He's like, what? I go, tell me you've seen him or heard him. He's like, what? I'm like, fucking Sasquatch, dude. He's like, I don't know, man. I've smelled some things, and I thought I've heard some things, but any outright, visuals, I haven't seen them. I said, all right, man. But even he doesn't deny it.
I don't know. There's a lot of people out there that think they've seen it, so never know.
Well, I mean, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of years, people talking about it, and literally several hundred different names from all the native tribes around, man.
True, but thousands of people have said they've seen UFOs too, and I ain't ever seen one of them. So
yeah, well, I've never seen the wind either, but I know it's there.
Damn it, you had to go there, didn't you? Man. So, okay, Mobile Death Camp. Do you guys have an album out right now? I have 4 tracks. So is there a whole album out there?
We have 2 full lengths out right now. One is called Black Swamp Rising, and we did that in 2008 when the band was just getting off the ground. So this is where I make my excuse to the world, because you're online. I can say I'm talking to the world. I've got you all on a technicality. Suck it. So we made a record right away. We were getting the band together, and we had a guy that was going to sing for us, and he ended up not singing for us. And so I would sing at practice, and the bass player and the drummer were like, dude, fuck it, you sing. I was like, I'll try, okay. And so, literally 2 weeks later, we get 10 songs or so together, and we pop in the studio with Corey Smoot, who was our dear departed Flatus Maximus. And so he records us, and we do these 10 songs. It comes out okay. The music is pretty slamming, but the vocals, You know, it's not a buffet, it's a China buffet. You know, so that's supposed to be a joke. Anyway.
Oh, yeah,
Hey, I know you're out there. I can hear you breathing. Is this thing on? This thing on? So, yeah, we got that one right away. And then we did one like a year and a half ago. It's probably what you have tracks for them. It's called Clear and Present Anger.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right.
And we got the Sasquatch and Viking gear on the cover. I thought that was pretty cool. The artist that did it ended up turning out kind of be like, it's kind of like Wookiee-ish, because it's a lot more furrier. But if you think about it, Bigfoot that lives, you know, would have more hair the further north he lives.
You would think, you're right.
A Wookiee is a space Sasquatch anyhow. So
right.
Whatever. But, so yeah, and we have enough tracks to we definitely have enough to do another EP, but the thing with the last record is it came out and it wasn't pushed. We didn't get any ads. We didn't get any distro like the label that put it out said they would. And then, and I say this in interviews, and it's funny because the guy who owns the record label, it's Turkey Vulture Records. Okay, it's a little indie label, and whatever, they're cool. We got a cool studio, nice enough dude. And then I go on to say, like, you know, he didn't do these ads. He said he would do this. He said he'd do that. He didn't do shit. Like, he just kicked back and he asked us, like, hey, because we had to buy the CDs too. Like, he gave us, I don't know, 500 or so, like, off the bat, you know. And then he asked us, he goes, the only time he talks to me, he says, hey, how come you guys haven't bought more CDs? I said, we didn't record it so that we could buy the fucking thing, you know.
Yeah, no doubt.
We recorded for other people to fucking thing. So he didn't do any work on it, and then his girlfriend, who works in the label with him, contacts me and says, well, you say these things about the label. I'm like, what did I say that isn't true? Well, you know, and I go line by line, okay, this is what he said. That didn't happen. This is what he said. That didn't happen, you know. Whatever. He played the sour grapes game all day, you know. Just, you're going to promote a record. If you're going to bring in a band, pay them money, pay to have their record done, make their record, and put it out. You think you'd want to promote it so somebody, you know, if nobody knows there, nobody's going to look for it.
That's for damn sure.
Like shows, you know, if nobody knows, nobody goes.
Exactly. So, so where can people go buy the current album if they want?
Right now, I think it's all online. You can like turkeyvulturerecords.com or cd101.com. Like, and it's, you know, unfortunately, that's where it's at with that. I would like, you know, they said that there was going to be more promo and more push and more ad in the different places, you know. But right. I mean, right now it's just basically fine, or you can get it from, you know. Yeah, that's really it.
Okay.
But we're hoping, you know, it's being friends with somebody. This is one of my lines. Being friends with somebody in a band at this is like being friends with a homeless guy that thinks you got the best idea in the world. You know. All these. That's a joke too, motherfucker. What are you doing?
I laughed
tonight, or am I just not funny?
I laughed. You just didn't hear me.
You know, because bands at this level, just like, oh man, and you know, nobody keeps hope alive like bands at these level either. You know, because it's just like, you know, oh, I got this guy. Oh, this might happen, and I'm waiting on a call back from this guy, and that might happen, and this might happen. You know, we're almost gonna do this, and you know, and since you're gonna put it on YouTube, I like to cry a little further. There was a ton of bands when I was leaving my tenure with Guar. I was getting this band, and everybody, you know, all these bands were like, "Oh yeah, we'll take your band out on tour." No, we'll do. Yeah, no problem. Can't wait till you get it done. Yeah, let us know. Every band since then, I won't name them, but they all know who they are on any of the Sounds Underground tours, 2005, 6, 7, and any band that Guar happened to tour with in 2007 or 6. You know, they've all said, without a doubt, inexplicably, we'll take your band on tour, and it hasn't happened. None of them have done it. And they all, like, defer to management, or this happened, or that happens, or, oh, man, you know, you get the big song and dance game. But, you know, the fact is, I know these bands, I know these guys, and I know that shit doesn't happen with their band unless they say yes or no. You know, so as soon as you start deferring to other people about your shit, you know.
Yeah, well, you should you guys should be able to work something out to do something with Exodus, I would think.
With who?
With Exodus, man.
Exodus. I love Exodus.
Yeah, why don't you like go on tour with them?
I'd love to. We just, you know, you can't just. If it's up to me, I would be on the tour. You know, they're going out with Anthrax, Exodus, and Municipal Waste.
Right. What about Generation Kill? Seems like you could do something with them.
We've done some shows. We've done a show with Generation Kill and hanging out with those dudes, and we're all like right in the same age bracket, and we all come from the same background musically, you know. So
right.
We're all like we're just friends immediately. And I kind of knew Rob from a few years ago. I had met him when they were out with Goat Whore, and so we've been bullshitting a little bit since, and then we're gonna play again together in New Jersey at this place called Dingbats on Heart Attack Thursday night, hosted by Jose Magnin from Sirius Radio. And so that's coming up in March 7th, I believe. And
yeah,
that'd be cool. So the more we do with Generation Kill, the better. And I'd like to get out and stretch our tour legs with those guys.
Hell yeah, that'd be badass.
Man, I'd love to tour. Exodus is one of my favorite bands of all time. I'm lucky enough that I'm kind of friends with Gary Holt, and he's like one of my guitar heroes from way back. Kind of pals with him. And, you know, since he's picked up the Slayer gig, I just try not to the fuckers, you know.
Right.
Yeah, he knows. Fuck, he's in Exodus and Slayer. Every band on the planet, every metal band wants to tour with him, you know.
Hell yeah.
Want to tour with him. But they're playing Saturday night at a NAMM Jam, so we're gonna go check that out, and I'm gonna heckle and harass them, and I'm probably gonna throw popcorn.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna blame it on our new drummer, and then he's gonna get kicked out. And then he's gonna have to pay to get back in, and then they're gonna kick him out again.
Nice.
So.
Okay, I have some questions from the chat for you.
Throw them at me.
Taz in the chat wants to know if you're going to be touring the Southeast, and if you're going to be around Tennessee at all.
Taz and the cat.
In the chat, Taz
Taz in the chat.
There you go.
Chattanooga, Vegas. I'm in the wrong Vegas. We are touring the Southeast. This run takes us. New Orleans is February 17th. And then we're in Pensacola on the 18th, and then we're in Florida for like 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and then we go into South Carolina and Georgia. We're not going to hit Tennessee, but we are going to be in Atlanta. That's like an hour and a half from Chattanooga.
Yeah, that's not too bad. He can drive there. Come on, Taz, drive there and see him.
And that's, I don't know the date of that right now. You give me 1 second, and I can throw that date at you, though. I believe it's February 27th. February 27th in Atlanta at the Masquerade.
Okay, there you go, Taz. Drive your car there.
Taz from chat. We did play a basement there one time. I forget what it was called. It was a crazy basement. Half of it didn't have it had like a dirt floor. It was pretty cool. It was like real like old school like punk rock style basement show, which I'm all about. Like I come from like punk rock roots and fucking the speed metal thing. Speed metal's based out of punk rock, so yeah.
So when you say basement, it wasn't like a Michigan basement, was it?
A crawl space?
Yeah.
No, it was so we pull up to this house, and you got to go like 30 steps up. This house is like up on the side of a hill.
Gotcha.
So you go 30 steps up, and then you go down 3 steps or like 4 steps into this basement that's built into the hill on the house, and then like the guy that ran shit and like 2 or 3 of his friends lived there. But it was like a really, really clean like punk rock house.
Nice.
I can't remember the fucking name of it. It was right by a place called Ziggy's, like right up the street from Ziggy's. And actually, that place is pretty cool. Seems pretty cool. Never been able to get in there though. But
Okay, well, I have another question from the chat. Ashley's in the chat, and he's getting a little butthurt because I haven't asked his question, so we better get to it.
You said the chat, so that guy might not be in Chattanooga. You said he's in the chat. You mean in the chat room?
He's in the chat room at the website.
Oh, so that might not even be Chattanooga.
Oh well, we'll go on to the next one.
Okay.
So, anyways, Ash, we don't want to hurt Ash's feelings. He might cry. So,
okay.
He wants to know, how did being in Guar influence what you do in Mobile Death Camp?
Actually, not at all. Nothing. On the contrary, it was me being me influenced like some songwritings in Guar. Like the character that I took control of, or whatever, was through the character, and I had to kind of bring my own like beast, like raging bull beast kind of character into it. Like all the beefcakes. I mean, all the fucking bohabs, like true, like nerded out fans who are awesome. No, like each beefcake had his own like kind of personality, and all like supposed to be kind of like bullish and boorish though. But like the latest guy, Jameson, and he's an awesome guy, but he reminds me of Chaz Bono. So he's the Chaz Bono beefcake. But wait, what was the question? No. Influenced, Guar's influenced me. Like, I've been playing punk rock and speed metal since, like, 1984, 85. So, I'm as old as those dudes, and, like, Guar actually got together in 85 and started touring, like, big time in 87. But, I mean, influence-wise, not just maybe musically. I mean, I've always been a Guar fan. And Mike Dirks, who is the Ballsack the Jaws of Death character, Mike Dirks is one of my guitar heroes. So it was really a fucking a pleasure, an honor, I guess, for me to play in a band with him and to write music with him and to stand next to him on stage and shit. Like, he's a musical genius, and he's really underrated for what he does. And I mean, that band really, and yes, I was in the band, so okay, I'm kind of partial, but that band is just so underrated and just like so underappreciated for the all the crazy ass hard work that goes into it.
Right. Yeah. Well.
But I mean, Mobile Death Camp's not influenced by Guar at all. I've always been kind of a like a outspoken-ish kind of voracious type leader-esque type mouthpiece, kind of thing. Like I'm just not, I'm just not afraid of people. Like I love people. I'm a people person. Hey, I'm fucking half German, man. We're good with people. Okay. So, but yeah, it's I don't know. Hopefully, some of that somewhere answered his question, so that he's not, so he's not too butthurt in his chat room.
Yeah, he's already called me a D-bag and stuff in there, so I think it's too late. It's too late. He also wants me to tell you that he's working on the tour stuff.
You can delete him,
Oh yeah, I can.
The ultimate D-bag.
Yeah, I can.
Working on the tour stuff.
That's what he says.
What tour stuff?
I don't know. I'm just repeating his question.
Okay, because I mean, our tour goes. I'm booking right now into late March, and Dukes takes off with Exodus in late March, so they're gone. We're still going. We come back up the East Coast in March, and then we head back across the country again in mid to late March. Then we're back in Northern California in March, early April, and then we're in the Northwest, and come back across like Montana, Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin. Like we're gonna crisscross this bitch 4 times in the next 2 months.
Nice.
So I don't know what the hell he's doing, but keep doing it.
Yeah, whatever you're doing, Ashley, you do it, man. I don't know. Maybe he's making posters. I don't know.
He's kicking ass, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find up some kind of pun for Ash, and that's the best I could do right now.
Well, with all kidding aside, I do want to thank him for hooking me up with you and making this interview happen. So
me too.
I totally do appreciate him, even though I give him a hard time. We appreciate him. So you rock, brother.
Oh, yeah. And I appreciate you giving a fuck enough to bring me on your show. You know, to spread our little word of terror, musical terror to the masses or whoever might be listening.
Yeah, well, it's real simple for me. When I hear some music that I think kicks ass, then I'm all about it. So, and you guys kick ass. So
thanks. And I'm a Michigan boy, so there you go.
And you're a Michigan man, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, but here's what it comes down to. Now I know you're on the west side of the state. So off the bat, I'm thinking that you're a Spartan fan.
Actually, you're correct.
See, I don't know why that happens that way. How does our state just kind of get split up like that? You know, I mean, there's Spartan fans out where I live, you know, poor bastards, but I mean, usually it's, you know, like you get close to Lansing and then anywhere west of Lansing, they're more like Sparty fans.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of Michigan friends over here, so I don't know.
Weird.
People across the street hang a Michigan flag all the time.
Do you follow the Broncos though?
No, I honestly don't hardly follow any college sports, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Okay, so one of the DJs in the chat, she wants to know, it's Amunette, and she wants to know if she can follow you around at NAMM and take pictures.
Of course.
There you go. He says yes.
Take pictures of what?
I don't know. You, I guess.
I'm just going to say yes. She can follow us around and take pictures. Sure. There's no harm in that.
Exactly. You might get a couple good poses or something.
Depending on how far behind us she is, because I tend to, and I plan on doing this, like I'll eat some chili, I'll eat some beans, and I like to crop dust that NAMM because it's full of people everywhere. When you can get some good crop dust off, like we've all done it, you know, I mean, I don't know what the record is for crop dusting, but I've taken 12, 15 steps, you know, farting the whole time, and if it's a good, you know, if you have some really good gas built up, then you can bum out, with all that crowd, you can bum out 50 people in an instant, you know.
And they're not going to have a effing clue who did it.
Yeah, exactly, because it's so packed. And as long as you know, but usually I'm also the guy giggling his fucking ass off too, because you know, the package has been delivered. The package has been delivered.
So
elbowing the guy next to me. That was me.
Oh man. So this whole NAMM thing. I mean, when press and stuff gets in there, I mean, do bands actually act pretty approachable in this place, or you know, I mean, how are they?
The thing is with NAMM in California, and just NAMM in general, is they say it's not open to the public.
Right.
You know, woohoo, hoity-toity, whoopie shit. All you got to do is know anybody in the music industry at all.
Right.
And you can get in, you know, any kind of manufacturer. So there ends up being, you know, and I don't want to sound like a snob because I don't care, because if I wasn't in a band, you know, I mean, I don't care about the public being there. Like, for me to go, yeah, you know, I don't care, man, if the public gets in. Like, I don't mean it like that. I mean, like, I don't care who gets in. Like, fuck it, you know. They have a giant show like this in German called Music Messe, and it's just like them, only bigger, and the public is welcome. So people are in there just fucking going bonkers. And this NAMM in Anaheim is giant. Well, Music Messe is like 3 times the size of it, from what I hear.
Oh wow.
And but I mean, yeah, like the thing is too, like you just be walking through there, and like last year, just as a for instance, I'm just walking down one of the aisles, and I'm going, you know, nowhere specific, but everywhere in general, because there's just cool shit everywhere. And no matter where you go, there's somebody sitting there. Like, you'll pass some booth, and you'll see some kid, and you don't know who he is, and maybe no one knows who he is. He's got some 6-string bass around his neck, and he's playing shit like, you know, he sounds like he's an angel from heaven, playing some shit like you're just like, holy fucking Christ, you know, like, that's amazing, you know, like you're never not amazed at NAMM, walking around hearing people play. Almost makes you want to quit, sell your gear, go buy arsenic and some Kool-Aid. But so last year I'm walking just down the aisle, and Michael Anthony walks past me. You know, legendary Van Halen.
Nice.
And he's just by himself, just, you know, whistling or whatever, stuff, walking, going somewhere, you know. I seen that dude, I was like looking at guitars in the Ibanez area, and I turn around, I kind of bump into this dude with dreadlocks. I look at him, it's that guy Monkey from Korn. You know? And I'm not a fan of Korn, but I was like, shit, how's it going, you know? I don't mug these guys, you know, when I see them. The only guy that I really got excited, like maybe overly excited, but I tried to bite it right away, was talking to some road dudes for Clutch, and then I stuck D, you know, from Public Enemy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And so I was just like, hang on, dudes. And I was like, yo, Chuck. And he looks over, he's like, hey, man. And I started walking towards him. I'm like, man, how the fuck you doing? You know? And then he got this look on his face like, oh, shit. Like, how do I know this dude?
Right, you had him good.
I just walked over and shook his hand. I'm like, man, good to see you, man. Like, how are things? And he's looking at me and talking to me like, you know, like we've all looked and talked to other people like, oh shit, how the fuck do I know this guy? Who is this? Like, pretty good, man. I'm pretty good. How are you? How you been? You know? And I was just like, look, I'm just a fan. I just want to get a picture.
Right.
Is that cool? He's like, oh, hell yeah. So, but yeah, everybody seems real approachable. The only guy that was, I mean, you know, some people are just douchey in general.
This is true.
You know, and there's only a couple guys that have been real dicks that I've tried to just say hello to. Like, I don't want anything from them, you know. I don't want to have man sex with them because I'm heterosexual.
Right.
I don't want anything from them. I just want to say, how's it going, you know?
Right.
I just want to be a human being, say, how's it going? And I won't name any names, Scott Ian from Anthrax, but, you know.
Yep, some people definitely have the attitude.
Everybody's really cool.
Yep.
You know? And the thing is, why the fuck wouldn't you be cool, you know? The reason that they're there, THEY''RE, they're there. The reason that they're there is because the public loves their music.
Right, and the fans will buy their albums.
Fans love their shit, so they're
go to their concerts.
Guys are hanging out, and I'm in the, you know, air quotes, industry myself, I guess. And then I try to, you know, I'll just a dude, just say, hey man, you know, like a head nod, like, hey man, you know, and you try to shake it, nope.
Wow.
Nothing. It's fucking iced, look the other way, just like, all right, you know, you haven't wrote anything good in 15 years anyway. You know, that's what I'm thinking, but at the same time that I'm like, oh wow, I'm gonna be the douche that he is.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I don't care. But then you see those guys, you know, act like total fucking puppies on TV when they get to meet, like, you see him, he gets to meet Gene Simmons, he's like, oh, it's so cool, like, oh, I've been such a fan for such a long time, you know, like, fuck you, dick, you know?
Yeah, it's sad is what that is.
Yeah, man, you gotta understand, you gotta be cool to get cool.
Well, it's just like you said, you know what, just be a human being, you know? I mean, really.
Yeah. You're just a dude. Everybody's just a dude, you know. You know how to play guitar good? That's awesome. But you know what? That's not curing cancer. And even if you did cure cancer, you're still just a dude.
Right, that cured cancer.
No matter what the fuck you do, you're just a dude. You know, like people are like, oh, it just seems like they hold music people above your, like, beyond reproach, you know, like there's fucking, like all these guys are in bands, and these dirt street kids, like street punks in bands, and people just like, look at these fucking dirge of society, like, fuck you, you know, you fucking dreg, you know, get out of my store, you know, beat up jeans and a t-shirt and a fucking leather jacket, you know. As soon as they write popular songs, beat up jeans, t-shirt, leather jacket, you come into the first-class restaurant and sit down for free. You're the exact same guy, except lots of people have heard your music now.
Right, exactly.
You know, you didn't change one iota. You know, you just got lots of money because now you're getting shit for free. You're not getting kicked out of places. You're getting ushered into places. You know, people are like, oh, you know, they think, oh man, oh my God, oh man, you're fucking awesome. You know, like my brother works for the Jeep plant in Toledo, Ohio. You know, he gets up at 4:30 every day and works 5-6 days a week, 10-hour fucking days. That's my fucking hero. You know, he don't want to get up at 4:30. Who does?
Right, exactly. But you know what? He's doing his thing.
He's got his shit together, and like those are dudes that are fucking doing it. You know,
right?
Some guy that fucks off and writes a song and catches a break. You know, I mean, yeah, everybody makes their own bed, so you got to lie in it. But I'm just saying, you know, you just really got to. He's got to take a big look at the whole perspective of life. You know.
Right. You would think that these guys would be grateful.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, man, I've had the you know, I've been blessed and I've had the pleasure to meet like so many of like bands that I really admire and like really dig, and more times than not, they've all been just really super nice dudes. You know, I mean, I could list a huge long list of people that are just awesome. You know, and the list of douchebags would, you know, only be in just a handful or two, you know, but still, you know, still.
Exactly, and you know what? I totally get that. In the last year, I've interviewed like over 100 bands, and I've only had one band I've had to hang up on because they were being douchebags. Everybody else was like just awesome and happy to get to talk and talk about their band. I mean,
and how big was the band that you had to hang up on?
Oh, they were nothing.
Yeah. Exactly. That's usually the case too. It's usually the fucking similar bands that really think they're somebody are the ones that, you know, come in and make this. Where you hear some clubs are like, you believe it, man, these local bands come in and make all these fucking outrageous demands. You know, they're like, you guys come in, you need one microphone, you don't want, you know, you don't want a thing in the monitor, you want this, you don't want that. Fuck, you guys are easy.
Yeah, just go play your music, you know. Okay, so how did you guys come up with the name Mobile Death Camp? Where's that come from? I'm curious.
It was me and the guy. Hang on one second. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Hope that wasn't on tape. But it was me and the guy that was supposed to sing for this band originally, who's been a friend of mine for years and years and years. He's actually only 1 hour older than me, too. That's how big we are. But, so we're looking at these things. We're talking about Guantanamo Bay. This is back in like 2007. And doing this, doing that, talking about this. And they're talking about a makeshift something or other. And they said the death camps, and they said something about a makeshift death camp. So, makeshift death camp. And we're just like, ooh, that's fucking cool.
Uh-huh.
Makeshift death camp. Like, right on. So, I go home, and the next day I call him up. Yo, man, I'll pick you up. We want to get some lunch. He's like, yeah, cool. I said, so we'll go on that band name then? He's like, what one? I said, Mobile Death Camp. He goes, Mobile Death Camp? I said, yeah. Remember? He goes, no, we were talking about makeshift death camp. I was like, oh, fuck that. Mobile Death Camp sounds way cooler than makeshift death camp. Mobile just runs off your tongue quicker out of your, you know, Mobile Death Camp. So
yeah, but all flows.
Death camp. But so then we, you know, started going into the reasons. He's like, well, Mobile Death Camp. Oh, okay, I can see that. I'm like, dude, it's the Earth. He's like, what? I said, it's the Earth. The Earth is a mobile death camp. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, doesn't the Earth travel around in space at thousands of miles an hour? The Earth that's pretty mobile. He's like, okay. I said, well, all we do is kill each other. You know?
Right.
He's like, yeah. I said, well, that's a mobile death camp, man. He's like, jeez, man. When you get all introspective, you know, get all deep on it, we're just going to play some fucking thrash metal. I was like, well, okay. So, well, then the second explanation of how'd you guys get your band name was just like, oh, because we think it's really cool. You know? So that's why we I incorporated the globe and made like that logo that looks like a basketball is actually a globe.
Very cool. Well, I appreciate
it. So there you have it.
Okay, man. Appreciate you sharing that very much.
So I tattooed the globe on my neck, and I'm like, even if the band breaks up, I'm still from Earth. So
yeah, no doubt. I think that was my joke. Haha.
I didn't hear it.
I said I think when you said you're from Earth.
You think, therefore you am.
Exactly. Oh, Ashley's still spouting off here in the chat. He wants to know if you're ready to see the street team in the pit in Sarasota.
Street team in the pit in Sarasota.
That's what he says.
What I want to see is the movie theater that Pee Wee Herman got busted in Sarasota. Actually, the last time we played there, these guys were telling us that the theater, the infamous theater where Paul Rubens was busted, tapping little Johnny behind the ears in, is actually a steakhouse now.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And I just went, because I wanted to get a picture. I've had Pee Wee Herman tattooed on my calf for 20 years or so, and I wanted to get a picture of my calf in the foreground and then the theater in the background, But now it's a steakhouse, so perhaps I'll get the tattoo anyway, and I'm not going to eat there, though.
Yeah, I don't want any of their steak sauce.
Yeah, it's a fine au jus.
Oh man. Okay, so tell me why people should come to your show. Why are you guys so awesome?
Well, now we've just been talking about douchey people can eat it, and now you're telling me tell people why you're so great. The thing is with us is it's no dicks, no bad days. We're fucking tight ass speed metal band. There's a groove in it. Don't be afraid of it. It's like the good old school speed metal from the early to mid type 80s. Just like Mom used to. There's no hidden agendas, no nothing. If you're just into like fast, aggressive music. If you're into like DRI, if you're into Slayer, if you're into Exodus, if you're into Possessed, if you're into Venom, Voivod, Dark Angel, Black Flag, you'll dig us.
Yep, I agree with that too, because that's what I thought when I heard you guys. I'm like I said, you guys, I heard you guys the first time, and I'm like, these guys shred, they rock. I've already played. I have 4 of your tracks. I've already played them on my show, and when I hang up with you here, they're gonna hear them all again. So
cool, man. Thank you.
Definitely. And then I'm gonna do some searching here to figure out how I can get more. I'm gonna get the. Can't even talk. See what you've done to me? I'm gonna get the newest album so I have the whole thing to play.
Cool.
So.
Cool.
Okay. Well, anything else you want to tell everybody while I have you on air?
Drink your milk, clean your rooms, be good to one another, man. Take care of the earth. Don't smoke crack. All this kind of shit. Eat your vegetables. That's about it.
Okay, dude. Well, I want to thank you again for taking the time to talk to me. Hope you have a great show tonight.
Cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Melt their faces off.
Affirmative.
I'm sure you will. Okay, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Have a great night, man.
Yeah, you too. Take care. Bye.